I'm quite interested to see how 1,000 Scars evolves the voice of SIRENIA's 1977, especially in consideration of the last track we humored, The Setting Darkness, and to see if perhaps this track matches now what my new suspicions are, having humored that original work. Because, as I said with The Setting Darkness, you look at the title, and you think immediately this is going to be a much darker track on energy. And yet the song has a particular lightness mixed with a tragic mood. Right? It does carry the nature of what The Setting Darkness evokes in effect, especially on emotional sensation, just in a manner not predicted correctly on my behalf. But yet one I find entertaining. Especially in the unique voice that 1977 is demonstrating that does put this album adrift a bit from previous SIRENIA recordings that we've humored together on this channel. Many of you know it's been the last couple of months, in fact, that I've been getting a better perspective for this group. On a first impression basis, perhaps you're approaching. Think a Norwegian Gothic and symphonic metal band of such an atmospheric voice, on behalf of the instrument use and Emmanuel Zildjian's beautiful vocal application, whether it floats into the more melodic or maybe melodics with the integration of her beautiful French accent or her operatic capabilities, whichever tracks that maybe we'll see in 1977's evolution. We haven't yet in not prominent focus. Some of the earlier works of SIRENIA have demonstrated that we've consulted from other projects, but we've certainly seen the beauty on full display here, especially in prospect of navigating 1977 with all of you, and this being my first ever SIRENIA album that we enjoy in mutual company. I couldn't avoid that idea, and I've loved every minute of it. Let's continue the journey and maybe start yours with 1,000 Scars. I like that name. I haven't read the lyrics in depth, so in every way this is going to be, a mutual early encounterance. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the song, and we can have that mutual presence together of us entertaining this work. And if you're not familiar with the way I format coverage on the channel, lyrics are provided directly in the video, so if you'd like to read along with the narrative of the piece and follow along with the story that SIRENIA wishes to tell, those will be directly available to you, and they'll navigate alongside the song as we proceed through it together. Alright, 1,000 Scars. This is a little more aggressive than the past tracks. And it's got that darker mood, but that pop flare's not lost. That's still there, especially in the dominance of that structure. The emphasis, that rhythm. It's in the lower range, but you can kind of hear Emmanuel's operatic tone swinging in, at least in the vibration, and especially her accent. The emphasis and the pacing mellowed there. What is that background warble effect? It's kind of cool. It's so quiet and reduced, but you can hear it if you listen. It's a good choice. I like this chorus. Potent descriptors. Very emotional, mixed with a great pacing. Good choice on the overlap and the layered vocals on Emmanuel's credits. That was beautiful. Fading to the deepest black is the next song. I like the foreshadowing in the chorus. That's hilarious. It's so on point though in wording. I wonder if that's what they're going for, just kind of a surprising coincidence it took effect. Either way, there's the path forward. It's quite direct. You know, it's like somebody took, like what I was saying with the warble effect, it's like somebody's holding a rope in full constriction, just kind of prodding down on it. You know that sound you get on a chord when you just hit it gently? That's what I'm hearing. It's really cool. But it does have an electronic ambiance as well. It's got that edge. Nice choice to isolate and to stop. Great break. Especially on entrance of the chorus again. Here it comes. Oh, I love her. Emmanuel's a vocal angel, in my opinion. Okay, a soft break. Judging by the lyrics, we have one more iteration of that chorus, and I can't wait to hear it again. I wouldn't know, but I'm assuming that's French. I love these intersection points. Other works have boasted this. Into the night, we come to ruins. I love the other language interruption. It adds such a beautiful personality. Okay, it stays at that lower range, but again, you can kind of hear that operatic styling, right? Isn't that beautiful? Her voice has a lot of potential to go higher, as previous encounters have borne witness to, right? It's just fun to hear her voice go all out. Because she can. One of my favorite choruses of theirs. Especially when that layer kicks in. Like I said, the vibration on the synths in this song is particularly interesting. And such good closure to these pieces. And those take divergent patterns. Like the last piece was more of a trailing, but Nomadic wasn't. And the other pieces I forget at the moment, at least the earlier ones that came before. Wintry Heart trailed. What about Deadlight? I think Deadlight might have trailed too. Yeah, it did. It's so cool to see the combination of variation in this album. There's so many different elements to it that create this hodgepodge nature that is still wrapped in a general unity, but each track in some manner feels particularly distinct. Befitting to the SIRENIA style, 100%. The metal background is not lost at all, though again on this album it's much more subtle in presence, driving instead at a, as I've said, pop-punk rock chic that elicits this illusion of a historical tone on music presence, especially in the rock territory. This one is much more, I would say, traditional SIRENIA ballad than some of the other pieces. But it does, it's got less of a retro effect. The last pieces, I think, have established more of that identity. This is a little closer to SIRENIA in core appearance. And on those grounds, it's quite sufficient. I love the operatic influence. Again, it's subtle, and if you've never entertained Emmanuel before, consider Into the Night or Queen of Lies. I love that one. Oh, both are good. Into the Night is a real surprise. It certainly wasn't a first introduction. I remember that experience. I've never been able to forget it. It was just so good. But both of those pieces, if you want to experience Emmanuel, maybe we build on this album and the ongoing tracks that we'll meet. I'm not sure yet. We'll discover for ourselves. But if you want to be introduced to her higher range, those are great pieces of witness to that. This is a little more subtle. This is operatic in the metal territory of a lower pitch. But I still love that scaling effect that you hear to her voice. And just again, that accent is so cool. Especially on the integration of foreign language lyrics. Works so well. I believe that's French, I would imagine, because I believe Emmanuel is a French singer. I think I'm right on that credit. And French has been used before in previous songs. Like, let's say, for example, again, where they've had that break on a different language interruption into the night as well, or, that was really subtle there, or We Come to Ruins. Or every songs have been done entirely in a different language. Consider the Voyage Voyage cover. Oh, it's so good. This piece is of good standing. This is a little darker on key choice. That matches the song and its title. Though it still has a lighter mood. Again, this is driving more into ballad force. But I love the navigation of it and that rhythm in the chorus. Beautiful. So evenly paced. The emphasis on the interlude side, void of the vocals, at least on the introduction of the song, good choice. Keeps that momentum going. But when you hit those choruses, it just drives so well. And the layering on Emmanuel's presence on the vocals. Just beautiful. I cannot get enough of hearing her mixed keys. It's so good. She, like I've said, is one of my favorite singers that I've felt honored to be introduced to be in the company of. She truly is an exquisite talent, God-given abilities in vocals, as many in the European rock and metal territories are, especially on operatic grounds. I've just been so impressed. I love this piece's navigation. That chorus, again, though, is just one of my favorites. Really sits in. I can feel 1,000 scars. I can feel them burn inside me. I feel my beating heart beating faster in its torment. I love that energy. And again, that's mimicked again in the pacing. Beautiful word choices. A burning love. Its flames devour me. An endless loss fading to black again. It's just beautiful. Highly illustrative lyrics. Descriptive. Your imagination immediately cues up. Deeply sensual might be the wrong word. I say it in a sense of like, well, what you feel, not in like a romantic sense or anything of those lines. I know that's how the word is typically used, but what you feel, what you can experience on human touch and sight, those different types of experiences and sensations, right? That's what that chorus section for me on lyrical standing provokes. On musical craftsmanship, it's great. I feel the placement of that song, especially in keeping that momentum going, great choices. Real mainstay SIRENIA presence to that one, even on the guitar interlude and the break, and the transitional drift going out of that back into the last chorus. Over the last couple pieces, that has taken effect. There are consistencies to these pieces. I do admire the construction of them, but I love how, again, there's a fresh voice and a trial experience for sure on articulation. This is a bit different from, again, SIRENIA's mainstay expressions and what I have entertained on previous encounterances and other album projects. But they're not lost at all in identity of the song. They're still there. They're just in the background a bit. I like that appearance. It's different, but it is still quite competent. I feel deeply rewarded to be able to showcase them. The evolution of 1977 is a real creative experience. I hope you feel the same and that you are experiencing as much elation as I have for this group. I'd love to hear about it down below. And again, from whatever angle you approach, longtime SIRENIA fan, maybe, preceding me as well on entrance, first introduction of where I was so many months ago, but now you feel compelled to look deeper. I would imagine that's probably going to be the story for many of you who are approaching on that basis. I'd love to hear about your thoughts on 1,000 Scars down below. It's a good piece, especially on energy. Real momentum. That chorus section, I can't get enough of it. On vocals, on structuring, on placement of the emphasis of the beats, the storytelling, just works for me. It's a beautiful song and mood that, especially in tone on 1977's Evolution, Great placement, good fit. I love its appearance here. It's a fun work to engage with. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.